All right, joining us now, CNN political commentator Michael Smerconish. He is also the host of CNN's Smerconish. Michael, it's Friday, which means it's great to see you. Thank you for being here. You've got something coming up on your show around this debate tomorrow. Talk to me a little bit about that and what you expect to see on the stage from Vance and Walz.
Nice to see you as well. And I love the clips that you just played. Tomorrow on my program, I have the last debate opponents for each of those individuals. In other words, Dr. Scott Jensen is the individual that ran against Tim Walz. Governor Walz was successful in defeating him. I'm going to take out my headset because I'm hearing feedback 5 seconds later. So J.D. Vance ran against Tim Ryan. And Tim Ryan is my guest tomorrow. So too is Scott Jensen on my program tomorrow. They were the last opponents for each of these individuals. Casey, I've been looking at a lot of game tape. I watched all 3 of the debates between Governor Walz and Scott Jensen. I watched both debates between J.D. Vance and Tim Ryan. And I noted some things that I think will play out on Tuesday. They have different debate styles. As you just heard from the clips that you played, Governor Walz's style is much more folksy, much more middle America. J.D. Vance attempts to be much more intellectual in his approach. They are both very good on their feet. They're both very sharp in terms of the one-liners. And I think that the debate could be very significant given the margin. I also think that what happens Tuesday may determine whether there really is a final presidential debate.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so interesting that you will be talking to them. And when you think about the different styles, J.D. Vance has sometimes struggled on the campaign trail in his interactions with, especially at these, what we call them OTR stops, right? You go to the local diner or the local bakery or whatever. There was one with at a cheesesteak place in Philadelphia that I don't know if you saw that. It sort of raised my eyebrows. I think he was trying to make fun of John Kerry. It didn't quite go the way he had planned. But he does seem like someone for whom the debate stage will feel like a more natural home.
True. I think that the training that he received at the Yale Law School has put him in a position to be strong in that posture. But the styles are different. You know, it's interesting because I've already interviewed Tim Ryan. I've already interviewed Scott Jensen. They say the same thing about their opponents. Jensen says about Walz and Ryan says about Vance. Each is very slippery. Each is very hard to pin down. Each is going to come across with a middle America type message, but it's hard to hold their feet to the fire. It's almost as if both, well, not almost as if, it's as if they each have regrets about not doing something different in the debate opportunities that they had. But listen, I woke up this morning to the latest polling data as you did. You look at that Morning Consult Bloomberg survey, among others. I think today you'd rather be Harris than Trump. And Tuesday night, given the closeness of this race, I think is really significant. And if I'm Donald Trump, despite what I've told the media so far about whether there'll be a future debate, I think I've got my eyes on how J.D. Vance performs. And if it doesn't go well for Vance, I think it increases the odds that Trump desires to get back in the ring with the vice president.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, and Vance is going to be, let's be honest, performing for an audience of one, right, in Donald Trump. Totally. Michael Smerconish, thank you so much for being with us. Always love to have you. And of course, for our viewers, reminder to tune in to Smerconish. It's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on CNN. See you next Friday.